So, Sharlto, which character trait did you like best about King Stefan, and which character trait did you like least?
Well, I think when it comes to character traits, it's kind of what's true with Stefan is true, I find, with a lot of people, most people. That very often the thing that is your strength can also be your weakness. And so I would say, for me, with Stefan, his ambition and his desire to do well is something that I could admire. But in this case, you can see what happens when that sort of drive is left unchecked. So yeah, I would say the thing that I admire most is also the thing that I admire the least when it is executed in this way.
How much did you enjoy playing the antagonist?
I don't enjoy playing villains. I find it difficult. I find it goes. It demands quite a lot of me to go to that place. But what I do enjoy in a case like this is demonstrating a kind of male archetype, being, for example, the very driven alpha male who starts the movie, feels like he's insignificant and feels like he wants to be more important, and then just goes and drives and literally becomes the king of his castle. I think he becomes a cautionary tale for me to men. In the sense of people talk about, the moral of the story for fairy tale is for children. For me, I see many fathers, many people in business, many people in Hollywood, many people who just want the victory at all costs, and their family life falls apart, their personal life falls apart. They win, they get the material gains. But so Stefan for me is a character who could have let love save him, but doesn't.
What was your experience like working with Robert Stromberg on his directorial debut on this film, Maleficent?
Rob is a genuine artist. I think, you get different types of directors. Some directors are very good at sort of commanding an army and working with a lot of people and bringing a lot of talented people together. Rob is a Oscar-winning production designer and designed the art, the characters, the worlds in this film himself, which is very, very rare. So what you have is, his directing style, he's really not, he's very gentle. He's almost trying to coax out of you what's fitting in his head, how you fit into this world that he sees, how your character fits into that. Not taking a whole bunch of different people's genius, creative, and mixing them, and leading them well, but rather literally creating it himself, drawing and creating these worlds and these characters himself, and then getting teams of animators to bring them to life. And I found that really fun and really refreshing and rewarding to work with Rob in that way.
Tell us a little bit about the world of King Stefan that Robert Stromberg helped create with his production design. What did that world look like? What did it feel like?
The world of Stefan was very much based on kind of the differences between human power and magical power. So where Angie's world is flying and using magic to do stuff, the humans need to, build steel, and, to be powerful, they need to build big things, and not use, the magic of energy, but use the magic of iron, to build a gate that you can't get through. So a lot of Stefan's world is that, and shows a lot of the ingenuity of what humans can do. But again, as is sort of personified with Stefan, if you take that to its extreme, it's kind of ingenuity in the service of madness.
Of the practical sets that were built for this film, did you have a favorite one, or one that you admired the most?
I guess, almost like with the personalities, my favorite was also my least favorite, in the sense that the throne room, the whole banquet area was all absolutely created for real. And it was a lot of fun, the beginning of the film, because it was the stuff that felt the most real, that there was no green screen involved. But by the end of the film, once we were fighting there, once it was full of smoke, and there wasn't very intensively good air conditioning in the old Pinewood stages, so we were sort of struggling to breathe with the amount of smoke and the sweat and the suit of armor. So by the end, it was just like, just get me out of the stage, just get me out of the throne room. It was actually worse than D9, than District 9. But I had times where I almost passed out because I'd be doing this action, getting flung around. I got to do some really fun stunts, like hanging on the edge of the cable and getting flung through fire and crazy stuff that I got to do myself. And but yeah, by the end I was done with that set. I was like, okay, just let's leave. Yeah.
So working with Angelina Jolie on this film, how was that to work with another really high-profile actress?
I mean, you know, the thing with Angie that surprised me the most was how respectful she was of me as an artist coming into really her film. And she really didn't have to be like that. And I got a sense a lot of people would sort of be walking on eggshells around her. And I sort of took the plunge and just sort of had a read on having met her before and kind of a sense I got from her of, I'm just going to just say what I think, be myself, and sort of risk that, you know, and see what happens. And it's a little scary when you meet someone of her profile to do that and go like, how much should I just be political here, or how much should I just be me? And I opted to just be myself with her, and that made a real difference the way that she responded. And just very grounded, very down to earth, and very respectful of what I was bringing to the role, to the film. And that made it a true pleasure, you know, one of my best working experiences that I've had. But there was definitely in the beginning kind of, you know, from my side, the sort of like, here goes, hope she's not going to be upset. You know? So we had a really, really fun time making the film together, yeah.
How would you sum up your experience working on the film Maleficent in a couple of words?
It was big, it was magical, there was smoke inhalation involved, and but hopefully there's a good moral of the story that we've been able to put out there.
Thank you so much.